The St. Helens School District has released a preliminary corrective action plan to address a crisis of sexual abuse allegations. One of the proposed actions is to bring back the school resource officer program at St. Helens High School. We reached out to St. Helens Police about implementing the change, but are still waiting to hear back. The district also plans to convene multiple new advisory councils to try to increase transparency and community accountability. Meantime, the district is now in the process of finding a new acting superintendent after it was announced that the current one will leave at the end of the month. Once hired, they will be the third superintendent in the district since the school year started.